Ladies and Gentlemen, let the games begin. Zweiter Tag des Happy Bad German Darts Masters 2017. Und wir starten mit einem jungen Mann aus den Niederlanden, 26 Jahre ist er alt. Er hat gestern ein 2:5 gegen Ricky Evans drehen können und steht damit in der zweiten Runde. Herzlich willkommen, Jeffrey de Graaf. Jeffrey de Graaf tritt gegen den Weltranglisten 14. an. Er hat 8 Pro-Tour-Siege einfahren können in seiner Karriere. Aus Stoke-on-Trent, Ian Diamond White. Best of 11 Legs wird gespielt. Wer 6 Legs gewinnt, zieht in die nächste Runde ein. Das wäre dann das Achtelfinale. Und der Caller dieser ersten Partie ist George Nobel.
Day 2, event 2 of the 2017 European Tour. It's the Happy Bet German Darts Masters here at the Sparkassen Arena in Jena in Germany. And 3,000 fans have turned up to watch some of the best darts players on the planet. The 16 seeded players enter at this second round stage, including some of the stars of the Premier League, Michael van Gerwen, Peter Wright and James Wade all joining the action today, while an unseeded Raymond van Barneveld also joins them, having won through yesterday, unlike Adrian Lewis, who was knocked out in round 1 by Daryl Gurney. What shocks might we see today? Perhaps one here, Rob Malarkey?
Yes, I think you could easily make a case for de Graaf, especially when you bear in mind the manner of his victory yesterday. Ricky Evans coming from behind to win 6-5, and he posted a fairly healthy average in that as well, 93 or so. And yeah, I just feel that early doors, Ian White might be caught cold here. That said, you know, his performance in Hildesheim last month when he made the quarterfinals.
First leg, Jeffrey to throw first. Game on.
Was his best on the European tour for some time. And Ian White, you know, he's number 13 on the order of merit. He's 6th seed here, and he's number 6 seed for a very, very good reason indeed. But
123.
Yep, I think there's definitely reason to be cheerful and optimistic for anybody rooting for Jeffrey de Graaf in this one.
Well, de Graaf came back from 5-1 down to beat Ricky Evans yesterday. Book his place in this second round. Just a quick word on yesterday's action, Rob, before we look ahead to today. The game that everyone was looking forward to. Kind of lived up to its billing. We didn't have an average of 100 yesterday, but certainly in terms of entertainment, Adrian Lewis, Daryl Gurney was the one, and Daryl Gurney came through at the end, but only after Lewis had missed 3 match starts.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian Lewis will be on his way home, or may even be back home. I don't know what his exact movements are, but he'll certainly be reflecting on what might have been. There was that moment when he took out a 1-4-4 checkout, and suddenly it just seemed to shift, and we all thought, well, here we go, Lewis has got this in the bag. But, you know, Daryl Gurney, what a marvellous player he's turning into, and what a terrifically productive time he's having of it at late as well. Title winner last weekend on the Players' Championship circuit, almost backs it up with another. And, you know, it's just another step in the right direction for him. He's thoroughly underlining why he was given a World Series gig in America this July as well.
162.
And I think Jelle Klaassen will have problems today as well. It's another tough assignment for Daryl Gurney. They all are now from this point on, I suppose. But yeah, if Gurney can come through that, then I really think he could go a long, long way in this tournament. Having started against the 2-time world champion yesterday.
De Graaf looking at double 18 for the first leg in this one.
Here he shows the first leg.
Third dart in hand. Now, it was also a very good day for
to throw first.
The German players, only one of them failing to make it through of the 4 home nation qualifiers, and Max Hopp with a particularly impressive performance. He'll be in action in, for me, the pick of this afternoon's games against Gerwin Price later on.
140.
Yeah, and I had the honour, I suppose if you can call it an honour, or a privilege of sharing a lift with Dragutin Horvat this morning as well, and he was, you know, not confident, but he was sort of happy about where he is, and he's, you know, not overawed. He's looking fairly relaxed on his way this morning ahead of his match with Michael Smith. And let's face it, Michael Smith on the European Tour hasn't had a great time of it of late. Second round loser last month. And again, another player who's gone off the boil just recently. had a good start to 2017, but just losing his way slightly maybe again.
60.
Blowing hot and cold once more, Michael Smith, you might say, having had a, a disappointing finale to last year.
Yeah, well, Michael Smith against Dragutin Horvat. That's the 4th game on this afternoon session. In between then, Stephen Bunting against Ted Everts, another top performer yesterday.
Highest average of the day from him.
Yeah, he did. Certainly did. And then Steve West against Kyle Anderson. So really some tasty ties in this afternoon session. For the first one, I've seen Jeffrey de Graaf take the lead.
140.
Yeah, I think if you're looking for upsets today, I mean, this potentially is one. This one is underway. But if you're looking further ahead of the unseeded players, Kyle Anderson against Steve West, who finds himself the number 14 seed here. Johnny Clayton maybe against Simon Whitlock as well is another to perhaps consider. Robert Thornton unseeded against James Wade. Bearing in mind what happened to Wade in Hildesheim
96.
as well. Gurney against Klassen is
In you
another
require
to bear in mind.
120.
And of course Barney unseeded against Norris. Wouldn't really call that an upset, but you get my point. Anyway, White here looking at Shanghai for a leveller.
100.
And de Graaf just
If you require
allowed
145.
the opportunity to come back in here, and he might steal this. Well, not anymore, he won't. Just look to put some pressure on here with White on double 10. White is normally fairly reliable on double 10, except in the UK Open when he strayed into the double 15 bed that time.
Here you are 20.
And
Getting shots in the second leg, Ian White. Third leg Jeffrey to throw first.
Yeah, it was against Gerwin Price when he found the wrong bed. He found the right one there, and de Graaf is very much in the right bed here.
Yeah, an epic quarter-final session at the UK Open, that wasn't it? 3 of the 4 games going 10-9, the other one 10-8. That was Barney and Peter Wright in a brilliant game.
Yeah, Peter Wright said that was one of the best matches he's ever played in. And it was only a quarter-final. De Graaf here, I don't think that's in, is it?
140.
Well, the crowd thought it was, but Jeffrey de Graaf kind of shook his head and knew.
Anyway, it's still a good start for de Graaf on his throw here. He's down to 181 after 6 darts. And Ian White is trying to make an impression and catch up, but he's over 100 adrift here. De Graaf looking at a firm favourite to win this third leg.
Well, White has won both of the previous meetings between this pair. A 6-1 win in a Players' Championship event in 2016 and a 6-5 win in Barnsley just last month over the Dutchman. Ian White has enjoyed the majority of his success in the floor events.
Well, double 14 he wants here, and it's a very, very neat and tidy checkout for Jeffrey de Graaf.
Game on.
It's an 11-dart hold for the Dutchman, who is in fairly uncharted territory here. Of the last 4 European Tour events he'd qualified for prior to this one, he was beaten in the first round of every one of them. Lost to Tony West in the first round in Sindelfingen last year, and then had first round defeats by Joe Cullen, Vandenberg and Ron Meulenkamp
58
in his 3 previous encounters. Did make the second round of this tournament last year when it was held in Munich. He eventually fell to Michael Smith, but that was a match that went the distance in the second round as well. So de Graaf
96.
2-1 up here.
Yeah, never made it through to the final day before in a European Tour event, Jeffrey de Graaf. So as you said, Rob, it is trying to get a kind of monkey off his back.
Won his tour card a couple of years, the start of 2016, that was last year. Having reached the last 32 at the Lakeside World Championship for a fourth year in succession.
Ian White, actually, his best European Tour run came in this tournament, although it was played in Sindelfingen then. He got to the final of the German Darts Masters in 2012, losing to Adrian Lewis. But he had a fantastic run. And we all know that Ian White can produce those fantastic runs, can beat anyone. I mean, he's won 7 PDC ranking titles. No mug, certainly, if you can do that. But that run in 2012, consider these names and how they were playing then. Caven, Hybrex, Hamilton, Thornton and Barney.
Yeah. Impressive.
60.
Good pedigree.
Ian requires 68.
Well, this is for what would be a fairly comfortable hold in the end. Tops then for Ian White.
28.
Well, de Graaf can't finish it. That was actually his European Tour debut for de Graaf when he played in the German Darts Masters in Munich last year. He beat Darren Johnson in his opening match. That's the only win he's had on the European Tour
40.
prior to this weekend. Kicked off yesterday with that 6-5 win over Evans, and Ian White levels things up
Jeffrey to throw first.
at 2 apiece. Good match this. Nip and tuck. Nobody able to run away with it so far.
Maybe
4 holes.
Maybe one of those dangerous players, Jeffrey de Graaf, who, you know, might well not have been here. 6-5 win against Evans, having been 5-1 down. You mentioned a couple of the other players that you felt are capable of shocked, and I tend to agree. The likes of Johnny Clayton, who
60.
was blessed a little bit yesterday as well. And Ronnie Huybrecht's collapse at the end of the final and deciding leg in that match. And Kyle Anderson, he only won 6-5 against Ronnie Baxter as well, although he never trailed in that one. Clayton and Huybrecht went 10 consecutive holes of throw before a final leg break.
A brutal tussle between those two.
And there's a match from the man nicknamed Diamond.
Well, Jeffrey de Graaf, as well as looking to make it into the final day of a European Tour event, as far as the bigger picture is concerned, he's 58 in the order of merit as things stand. Like I say, won his tour card at the start of last year, so his main priority, I suppose, is to stay in the top 64.
140.
Ian White just rattles in a ton 40 just to take control of this leg now.
99.
Ian White has a chance here.
121.
Yeah, de Graaf is looking at a big finish should he return, but he may not return.
Well, he went 25 there. He wanted 25, but
113.
he'll expect to come back for double 4.
Yeah, element of frustration about finding the bullseye with that second dart. But
86.
White will return for double 4.
You require 8.
For the break of throw and a first break of throw in this match. Double 2.
Takes it out in the 5th leg. Ian White.
So advantage Ian White.
6th leg Ian to throw first.
First break. Ian White is a man who on stage is known as a kind of, well, a quarter-finalist, perennial quarter-finalist. I know he's made a final of a European Tour event 5 years ago now, but never made it past a quarter-final of a TV event before.
60.
Last couple of times out on the European Tour, he lost last time to Michael van Gerwen in the quarter-finals. Even just look at his record this year on the floor. 6 quarter-finals he's made this year, including that European Tour one. Only converted 1 into a semi. Will this be the year that he
moves on a bit?
Yeah, in these European Tour events, or perhaps in a big TV event. And maybe this is the breeding ground for him to do it. We know that he can win floor events. He's won 7. He's beaten Michael van Gerwen 6-0 in a final behind kind of closed doors.
That was in the Players' Championship Series in Barnsley. Not many people have done that in the last 5 years. We did have this discussion earlier, well not early, but a few months ago, about the number of people to have beaten Van Gerwen 6-0. Not many,
43.
as you'd expect, but that run to the quarter-finals in Hildesheim last month ended a run of 7 eliminations at either the second or third round stage on the European circuit.
109.
Just signs of life from de Graaf here as he threatens a break back. Has a bit of a cushion, and that will help his cause as well. That's a terrific recovery.
121.
Just to get himself back into the hunt here, but de Graaf is in still fairly good shape on the white throw to level the match.
137.
And it's very much advantage de Graaf here.
White really in need of a couple of big trebles. Well, he's done that bit. And he's completed a perfect visit.
Oh, we talked yesterday about timing, didn't we? That was absolutely spot on. Just to respond in that manner at that moment of the match.
34.
When de Graaf was looking to threaten, and you can see the wind has just completely gone out of his sails here. He looks totally deflated. White on 55. It's still not mission accomplished here, but it might well soon be, and that is a terrific recovery mission by Ian White.
Game on.
As you said, Rob, all about timing there from Ian White.
But that's a good time to respond. Just to remind Ian White that de Graaf is still involved here.
Well, that's de Graaf's third 180. But White now knows he's still got that two-leg cushion.
81.
Having got that break a couple of legs ago. Now then, Jeffrey de Graaf.
There you are, the 9-dart Magnus on the Pro Tour.
We can't even mention it until the last dart of this combination, Rob.
Go on, over to you.
Well, choices. Oh, he went treble 15.
And he hit single 10. Well, 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 well.
76.
Well, people, yeah, I mean, people do have their preferences, but yeah.
Yeah, Simon Whitlock, a big fan of that route.
78.
It's the route that Joe Cullen went on the 9-darter he hit recently on the live-streamed Pro Tour event. Now, de Graaf has just kind of put himself up a little bit with that 9-darter attempt.
Yeah, he just needs to get back on track here and just focus on the here and now. And he's done precisely that.
Jeffrey de Graaf. They begin to throw first. Game on.
Out in 12 in the end, but White still that break ahead.
Yeah, all well and good hitting 7 perfect darts, but de Graaf still has work to do here. Could have done with a 180 there just to kick things off on the White throw,
58.
just to put some pressure on, but it's just a 58 visit from de Graaf.
15 9-darters this year, Rob. For almost 4 years since one on the European Tour. 3 full seasons without a European Tour 9-darter. Surely
percentages dictate that
yeah,
one will come along sooner rather than later.
There's more events this year as well. Just a numbers game, surely. And Jeffrey de Graaf is stacking up the big numbers here.
Yeah, he certainly is. That's a good respond after that disappointing opening visit. And again, White is responding very well indeed here. Just when it looks as though de Graaf might force the issue once again, White takes charge once more.
59.
So he's got 6 darts from 157.
So will he look at the 19th first, or will he go for the 20th first? Well,
$99.
We'll be happy with that.
That'll do.
Come back for 2 darts at double, despite, well, unless there's some kind of darting disaster on the next visit.
42.
Oh, he's straight into the 3, but again, that's the second
58.
time, and he's down on 162 as well.
Yeah, there was a darting disaster. It happened to de Graaf, not to Ian White, who wants double top for 5-3.
A shot in the 8th leg, Ian White. Now Jeffrey to throw first.
One away then, Ian White, from a place in the 3rd round tomorrow. Where he would face either Jelle Klaassen or Daryl Gurney. Tough assignment either way for whoever wins this one. Stephen Bunting and Ted Everts on stage next for you.
Yeah, Klaassen Gurney is this evening. Now White looking for the game's 7th max.
190.
Very, very eye-catching figures, those lot. Just that 17 dart leg in leg 6.
100.
But apart from that, it's been very, very solid stuff and eye-catching stuff at times as well. It's been a good match this to open things up on day 2 of the German Darts Masters here at the Sparkassen Arena in Jena.
61.
180 followed by a 61. That's the inconsistency we talked about earlier as well.
Good doubling from both players.
100.
De Graaf did come back from 5-1 down yesterday. Won 5 straight legs to win. So let's not write him off yet against Ian White.
No, it'd be foolish to do that.
Yeah, let's write him off.
Well, Ian White might be writing him off here if he can find another treble 20.
100.
Well, he's down to a finish first on his opponent's throw as well, so he's in good shape once again here, Ian White.
Needs a treble.
Yeah, De Graaf is struggling for big numbers here all of a sudden. 96. He's got one there, okay, but it might not be enough. And again, he's down to 162.
And he made a mess of the maths in that combination. And now that allows Ian White 2 visits to seal a 6-3 win.
Well,
100.
Not to be, but De Graaf on a bogey number here, so White will return, looking at 60 for a 6-3 win. All De Graaf can do here is just post a biggie. Well, this will do so far.
130.
Yeah, nicely done, just in case Ian White messes things up here, but he should have 2 darts at a double for a place in round 3. One more dart in hand.
20.
And the anxiety goes on. De Graaf all of a sudden has a route back in here. Okay, it's on his throw, so no particular great damage done for Ian White, but it just sows 1 or 2 seeds of doubt, I suppose, in the mind of Ian White, but he is thrown first here. Needs to get out of the blocks quickly.
Correct, this is the leg. Because having looked so comfortable
58
and with 1 foot in the final day, Jeffrey de Graaf breaks here. He'll have the throw in the decider, and Ian White's only gone off 58.
This is still very much alive and kicking for Jeffrey de Graaf.
100.
58 is responded with a 100. If he'd found another treble 20, it might just have asked the question of Ian White here, but still, he's struggling for biggies once again here. 21 scored so far from 2 darts.
81.
Back on track to an extent, but still a chance here for de Graaf.
97.
Chipping away, just unable to really get away from Ian White significantly.
Yeah, it's solid, if not spectacular, and Ian White will be hoping for one of those perfectly timed 180s.
Might be here. No.
81.
Straight into that 1 bet again, and de Graaf might just take some encouragement from that. Has to punish him sooner or later, you feel, and so far he's unable to do it.
51.
Oh, it's a treble 4 as well.
Both players may be feeling the pressure a little bit at this stage of the match. 3 visits from White, 1 without a treble, 2 with a treble but then a loose start. And this looks like a similar visit.
59.
Again, no treble, and de Graaf still has a massive chance.
Yeah, the tension is becoming tangible here in Jena as we approach the business end of this opening match. De Graaf down to 153.
Well, it looked like the shot of the day from Adrian Lewis yesterday to level up at 5-all with the 144 checkout. This would be something similar. Lewis couldn't go on to finish a job, but I tell you what, well, that last start may have just saved Ian White's skin.
Treble 20, treble 19 for double 18. You feel, well, that's the route he was going.
81.
This is a shot that you mentioned earlier, Rob, that Gerwyn Price took out against Ian White in that heartbreaking UK Open quarter-final. He's not going to do it against de Graaf, and now faces the prospect of a last leg decider.
He does indeed.
He requires 72.
De Graaf is on 72 here. 56 away. 1 more of those for tops. And tops it is. It's a 72 checkout for the break of throw. And we are into a decider, and it is a very, very different encounter now. We were absolutely right not to write Jeffrey de Graaf off. 5-1 down yesterday against Ricky Evans. 5-3 down against Ian White today. And in pole position, or at least he was, in this final leg.
Well, if he does win this leg, they want to change his nickname to Boomerang, Rob. He keeps coming back.
He does indeed. But Ian White
100
isn't done with just yet. Just a ton, though, from White. Yeah, 18 dart leg, that most recent one. It was a very nervy encounter, as you said, Chris. The nerves and the tension coming to the surface, you feel, in this opener. And still, de Graaf can't get away from Ian White, although White is giving his opponents a huge helping hand here once again.
83.
ton 40 here really would
100.
ask the question, but it's just a ton again, and once more chipping away slowly but surely. Steady progress towards the finish line, but Ian White is still in there, needs to avoid the white stuff and the green stuff either side of the 20.
Well, Ian White missed 2 match darts in leg 9. He's thrown his worst darts in legs 10 and 11. Make no mistake about it, this is a collapse from Ian White.
27 at that particular juncture of this leg is pretty unforgivable for me. De Graaf on 204. Still needs a treble, you feel.
58.
Might not be enough. Okay, he's down to 146.
Well, White needs 2 trebles. And now he can't leave the finish, or De Graaf will have 6 darts
60.
from here.
Jeffrey, you require 146.
Well, this will be a very, very bitter pill for Ian White to swallow. Make no mistake about that.
94.
Just setting it up as best he can here.
Let's see if Jeffrey De Graaf can finish
80.
the job we said. He's never been past this stage
Jeffrey,
before on the European
52.
Tour. Yes, unlucky of the bounce out from White, but the damage had already been done before that. And De Graaf now taking his time. Can he find double 8s? He can't.
36.
He can't, and, well,
Ian
White has been struggling for big numbers all day, or sorry, all throughout this final leg, and wouldn't it just be ironic if he took out 151 here? Well, he won't.
190.
But he has put some pressure on this.
Jeffrey, you require
Jeffrey
16.
De Graaf.
Both players have missed 2 match darts. De Graaf has 3 more. Double 4 to win through to the final day of a European Tour event for the first time. Double 2. And he gets it, last dart in hand, a relief for De Graaf. A bit of a collapse from Ian White, but it's a Dutchman, De Graaf, the first man through to the last 16.
Auch an diesem Ostersonntag dreht Jeffrey De Graaf erneut einen Rückstand und bezwingt Ian White mit 6:5 in den Legs. Das gibt's doch gar nicht. 5:3 liegt da vorne, hat 60 Punkte Rest, hat eine Doppelquote von über 60% und ist dann nicht imstande, die letzten Darts unterzubringen. Jeffrey, the comebacker. That's amazing. I was so sure he would do it when he was 5-3 up.
Yeah. I got like, he missed 2 darts for the match. Yeah, I took it. It's amazing. It's my day, I think.
But it was difficult at the end. Huh? The arm is getting tired when you're so close to win a match then.
Yeah, well, it's not tired, it's more nerves, I think. But yeah, these things happen.
So what are you going to do today? Job is done. It's a quarter to 2. Are you going to stay at the venue? Are you going to go back to the hotel? What are you going to do now?
I will stay for the this session, afternoon session I stay. And after that I go. I take it easy evening.
And to reach the 3rd day, I'm sure that's the goal coming to Jena, to reach the Monday.
Well, actually I'm happy that I won the first game already. Last year I made it five times to the turns. I only won the first game once, so I'm happy it's going good now. It's well, a little bit luck of course, but I'm happy.
Congratulations, see you tomorrow again. Jeffrey De Graaf, steht im Achtelfinale.